Genshin, after releasing a rather satisfying patch, in my opinion, threw it all away and proved to us that they don't care about their player base, or at the very least, they don't listen to our opinions. I'm convinced that their surveys exist only to give us that imaginary sense of involvement and that false sense of hope that we will get endgame content. So what's happening? An article involving the developers of Genshin Impact recently released. They were asked questions involving endgame content, resin, new player experience, basically things regarding the future of the game. And there were some pretty good questions that were asked. Usually, I roast websites or companies writing articles involving Genshin, but this one did a pretty good job with their questions. The answers, on the other hand, by the devs were abominable. It made me sick. I couldn't even stand up after reading this tragedy, like Shakespeare himself wrote it. Take this for example. The question asked if there will be additional endgame content because Spiral Abyss is pretty much the only true endgame content. The devs' answer is the most basic and insensitive answer you'll get. The Spiral Abyss is one of the most effective ways for players to test out their party composition and combat strength. If we design another type of permanent endgame that is similar to the Spiral Abyss, it might end up creating excessive anxiety for our players. Not everyone is interested in Musk Reef. Oh boy. I'm really shaking in my boots from the Spiral Abyss. I'm sweating just thinking about not getting those 150 primos because I can't clear 412. Honestly, they could have just said no instead of writing this whole spiel of whatever they're talking about. First of all, I know there are a lot of people who don't like doing Abyss. That includes me, but I do because that's the only endgame or challenging content in the game. But if you don't enjoy the Abyss, then you don't have to do it, really. I don't think there's any real pressure to do the Abyss. 150 primos for clearing 412 won't even yield a single pull. I don't think there are any players, okay, maybe a little, but I don't think they feel like they missed out on those primos by not doing 412. I would feel more anxiety to spend my resin than clearing the Abyss. Endgame content is something that is clearly lacking in the game and something that a good amount of players want. Many players and other content creators have some very good ideas on how to expand endgame content without adding pressure to clear it. Meaning endgame content doesn't have to have primos as a reward. For example, it can have cosmetic items like skins or name cards. Something that doesn't benefit the progression of your account, but still makes it worthwhile to do. Most of the players from what I've seen who want endgame content just want that and don't care about the rewards. There's no point in grinding artifacts if there's nowhere to show your progress. This next one that I want to highlight was the one about not buffing weaker characters and power creep. Now, it is a fact that some characters are weaker than others in the game, and the question asked if there is power creep, will older characters get buffed to be more viable? Basically, their answer was no, with a lot of buzzwords mixed in there. This is a problem because older and even newer characters like Dory are just not viable enough to be considered being put in a team effectively. Now sure, any character can be made strong with enough investment, but that's the problem. You need a lot of investment before they become okay, at the very least. They don't need to be Bennett or Fischl level, but they could at least make them to be better than what they are now, which is just bad. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. There's a lot more details to go into, but overall, most of the answers, if not all, in this interview avoided the question or gave a very roundabout way of answering them. I like Genshin, I enjoy playing the game, and I simply wanted to become better. There's no harm in wanting something you enjoy to be even better. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later.